CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to do a rabbit border. Now this border looks difficult, but I think it can be done pretty easily. There are some stitches that you need to know with crochet as far as like double crochet and certain things like that. If you're just new to crochet and you don't know the stitches that we're using in here, then I would suggest looking at the video I put in the description below, and it's for absolute beginners, and it'll teach you how to do all these wonderful little techniques that we're doing in this video. So yeah, so let's get into the materials. I'm using a 4.25 millimeter hook or a size G. I never go by the letters. I think most people do, and I never do. I just go by the numbers, but I think that's a preference. But 4.25 or a G. You're going to need a darning needle, or you might call it a crochet needle. Looks just like this. That's to work in your ends at the end. And you're also going to need them to put on the eyes. Then you're going to need a pair of scissors. And the yarn that I use is Bernat Baby Sport. So it's a big skein like this. I got it from Walmart. That's what I used for the swatch, and I'll put the color below in the description. And then I used a pale pink color, the same type of yarn for the actual bunnies. Okay, so that's what I use. So let's get into the tutorial. So I have a swatch here that I completed for this, and of course you can use this border for anything you want to. And I'm even going to show you how to put it around an Easter basket for another video and show you how to make a basket. So that'll be coming up soon as well, hopefully right after this video. But at any rate, it can also be used for blankets. Now this is done in multiples of 10, so you'll need to think about that when you're making your border. Okay, so we're going to take our hook and we're going to go right into this first stitch right here. Bring in our light pink, pull tight, and then go right back into the same place and do a single crochet. Okay, now this is when we're going to do a Solomon knot for the tail. So you might not know how to do a Solomon knot, or you might, but just follow closely. So what I'm going to do is I've got my hook in here, I've got my loop on, and I'm just going to pull it up very gently, just to about 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to pull my yarn through. So I've got these 2 loops here, well technically 3. I've got these 2 over here, and I've got this one over here. And I'm going to go in between those, and I'm going to do a single crochet. Just like that. So let's do that again. I'm just going to pull up about 1/2 inch. I'm going to yarn over, go through my loop. And I don't want to go through these 2 loops right here. I want to go through the middle of the single loop and those 2. Okay? So I'm going to go through the middle of that and do another single crochet. Then I'm going to go right back into the space that we first single crocheted in, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Just like this. And there's our tail. Then you're going to go right into your next stitch, and you're going to put a double crochet. Just like that. Then you're going to go into your next available stitch, and you're going to put 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there's 7 double crochets. There's our little tail. So that's what that looks like so far. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And then we're going to put a single crochet right below this chain 1, right in this first stitch. 1 single crochet. Then another one, we're going to go across. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're back to that first back to that first double crochet that you did right here. And in this, we're going to put a slip stitch. And then right here in between this space and your tail is the little hole right there. I want you to put a slip stitch right in there. Just like that. Then I want you to chain 1 and turn again. Now you're going to go into your next available stitch, so not right here over this double crochet that we did. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it a half double crochet, but right into the next stitch you're going to put a double crochet. And it's going to be kind of hard to work into because that's where we did that slip stitch. So there's 1, and then in the next another double crochet. We're doing double crochets across. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And that leaves 1 stitch left right here, but we're not going to work into that right now, okay? Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to turn our work. And into the same spot right here, this is where we're going to work the head for the rabbit. So we're going to work 3 double crochets into this space right here. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to work a treble crochet, wrap your yarn around your hook twice, go back, and we're working in the same spot that we did our double crochets in, and do a treble crochet. Go through 2, go through 2, and go through 2. Okay? Now we're going to work on the ears. So I want you to chain up 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I want you to do slip stitches going back down. So that means you'll need 9 slip stitches. Working in the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then pull up your loop, just like that. And then we're going to go back to the beginning, and into our first stitch, you're going to put your hook in, just like that. And then you're going to grab this loop, pull down, and pull through. And then pull tight. Okay, and now you have 1 ear completed. Now you're going to chain 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then working in the second chain from the hook, you're going to start doing slip stitches all the way down for a count of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Pull up on your loop, go through the first stitch, just like that. Pull the loop back onto the hook, and then work through just like this. Pull tight. And now we need to anchor this. So to anchor it, I'm going to go through the base of my treble crochet right here. So right here you see 2 loops, 1 and 2. So I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to go through this loop, and then I'm going to go through the second one right over here, just like this. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch to hold these ears into place. Okay, and now we've got our ears done. Now we're going to work another treble crochet. So wrap your yarn around your hook twice, going into the same spot that we've been working all these stitches into. We're going to put a treble crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And then into our next stitch right here, we're going to put a slip stitch. And now you've completed your head and your ears. Now this is where we're going to do something that's a little bit odd for crochet. Normally we always chain something or we do something before we turn our work, but I want you to just leave your crochet hook on and not chain anything, and just turn your work over just like this. So now this is what it looks like. You've got your yarn on your finger or however you hold it, and then you've got your hook here, so it looks a little bit curved. And now what I want you to do is just place the head down, because we're going to be working slip stitches into this spot right here and into this spot. Basically, we want to get back over here to the little arm, okay? So what we're going to do is fold the head down to make it easier for us, and then we're going to slip stitch right into those little holes I was showing you. So again, let me show you again where we're going to work. So if you're looking at it from head on like this, let me grab my little darning needle here. You're going to be working in this and in this, okay? You're going to be putting a slip stitch here, a slip stitch here, and then you're going to put a slip stitch down here in the base of this stitch right here, okay? And that's just to get us over where we need to go. So I'm going to go right into this first hole that I showed you, pull my yarn over, fold the head back so it's easy to do, and do a slip stitch. Now that was too loose, so I'm going to tighten up my yarn right there and try that again. Okay, and then I'm going to go into my next spot right here. I'm going to work another slip stitch, and then right here into this space right here, I'm going to put another slip stitch. Now this not only works us back over there, it gives the head definition from the body. As you can tell, it's almost like we're outlining it, okay? So we've got our slip stitch there, and now we have this last stitch over here. So I want you to work a tight double crochet into this last stitch right here. So as you can see, I'm working very tightly because I don't want it to be too high, okay? So I've done that, so I'm going to turn my work on its side, and right in the base of where we just did that double crochet, I want to put a slip stitch. Then in my next space right here, in this hole right here, I'm going to put a slip stitch. And then in this next space, I'm going to put a slip stitch. Then I'm going to count over 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put a single crochet. And now you have finished your bunny. Isn't that so cute? Okay. So basically we just worked through 7 stitches, and we're going to do a thing of a count of 10. So we need to do 1, 8, 9, and 10. And then you will start over on another bunny, okay? So let's just count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we can do one more single crochet, 10, okay? And then you would just start over again. So now that we've done our 10 here, we've got our 10 stitches we've worked through. We're going to go through our next stitch, work a single crochet, and then we'd start all over again with our tail. So let me show you how to do that one more time. Go through your loop, just like this, and go through these two and do a single crochet. Then pull up about a 1/2 inch again, pull through, do a single crochet, and then right back into that same spot that you single crocheted in, you would do a slip stitch. And then you would start your bunny all over again, just like I showed you right here. So if you need to, you can rewind the video, you can make it slower. There's some settings in YouTube that can help if I went too fast for you. But yeah, you can just rewind and keep going to show you how to do all the stitches, okay? But then you would just keep going along. And then if you're working on a blanket, I would suggest just doing your corners. Just keep your count going just the same and it'll work out beautiful, okay? So now I'm going to show you how to do the little eye and then how to do the little bow. And now remember, if you're making this for a small child, you need to keep in mind choking effects and things like that. For kids, use your good common sense and know what is safe for your child, choking hazards and whatnot, little toes and fingers to get stuck in. So if you don't want to add on these things like the little bow and the stuff like that, then don't do it. Whatever you think is safe to do, but I'm just showing you how I made mine. So to do the eye, I've got some black yarn here. I've got it on my darning needle. And I'm going to go right here are these 2 treble crochets that we worked for the head. So I'm going to go right on the other side of this treble crochet. And I'm going to try to pick up some yarn on the side so it sticks there, just like that. I'm going to leave enough in the back to tie. And then I'm going to work through right over here. And our next stitch, I'm going to go right through the middle and pull down for my eye. And then I will tie off on the back, depending upon what I'm using this for. So if I'm using this to go around an Easter basket and I'm just going to be sewing it on, then I know I don't need to work this in. But if this is for a blanket or something and you're worried about it coming undone, then you definitely want to work in your yarn. But this will be going around an Easter basket for me, so I'm simply going to knot it very well, and then I'm going to cut off on the back, making sure that I don't cut it too short so it doesn't come undone. Okay, but if you're working it for a blanket, you definitely want to work it in your 3 times to make sure it doesn't come undone. And you may need to use a different color because black surely will stand out, okay, once you try to go work it in the back. All right, so that's how you do the eye. And I'm going to show you how to do the bow. I'm going to use the same color that I used for my swatch. And I'm going to cut off, you know, a good generous amount because you need the room to make a bow. And so I'm going to tie it around the neck, just like this. Not too tight, but tight enough to where the bow looks good. And then I'm just going to pull through. And of course that's way too large. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pieces to pull this down to look exactly like I want it to look. So I'm going to pull down until I get it the size that I want. And the same with this side. So that's about the size that I want. I may want it a tiny bit bigger. Okay. And then you can determine how long you want your bow to be. And then I'm going to cut it off right about there. And so it just has those little things hanging right there. Okay, so this is a great little bunny. Like I told you, it's not too hard to do, pretty easy. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comment box below. And of course you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. I have a Gmail, you can find me on there. If you need anything whatsoever, don't hesitate to ask, and please like and share this video. It really helps to share this video more than anything. And if you've been watching my videos, then you know I say that a lot because, you know, the algorithm right now is a little messed up on YouTube, and a lot of people aren't getting the views that they're used to. So sharing this and getting this out is very, very helpful to YouTubers in general. So I thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. And my next video will be how to do an Easter basket to put this lovely pattern around. Thank you. Bye-bye.